What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So for today I thought I'd do something, different than usual. Not that I, prefer other ways of and styles of videos, but I just had a pretty good duel that I wanted to share with you and that I wanted to explain how to play really magnets and how to play around, God hand basically. So this duel happened in battle phase, no, battle step that I played in GG Tour battle step with Duel Links Entertainment. So yeah, let's see. So we're playing against water. Also to remind you, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It does help a lot to grow the channel, make more videos like this and all that stuff. Also, I will show the deck list in the end of the video. Let's now focus on the duel. So here we open a pretty decent hand, I would say, not the best because we don't have any powerful rebirths and our rebirth traps or back row removal, which we play a lot. So yeah. Good thing is that we opened Gamma plus Beta, which is basically two monsters, and which are both can go into two monsters, on opponent's turn. Plus, we get a search from Beta for the next turn. We search for the Gamma, so we can summon them both on the next turn, and we pass on that. Now, first of all, he activates Necro Valley. Second of all, he has Diva into infantry. Into territory of the sharks, goes into Bahamut Shark, goes also into full armored, Black Ray Lancer, and has triple back row. This is basically their optimal best, god hand, basically. Diva into triple back row and Necro Valley. So here we go into monsters. We decide to put an attack so we can summon our Veil. Because with Veil, his Bahamut Shark can't attack. And with Veil, we have a monster now on the field so we can go for another Exceed, We go into Diamond Dire Wolf. He books here. We chain MST to pop the other back row. Why is that? Wouldn't we just, first of all, take care of Necro Valley? Well, it's because I'm afraid of the back row more than I'm afraid of Necro Valley. I think this is a great example to show because most people would probably just go for Necro Valley, they would be afraid of the Necro Valley. Well, it's short-term looking. You want to be, afraid of the back row. And as you can see, Book and TTH, they both really, counter our plays, so we can't even play the game. Necro Valley isn't that bad because it just prolongs, I would say, your wait until you can pop off, really. Book and TTH are the things we should be afraid of. That's my whole point, which, what you want to take out of this video. Hopefully. Here we go for Gorgonic Guardian. He books now, which we allow. And at this point, I think we have a decent chances of winning, basically. How you may say, well, because we have a Gorgonic Guardian set, and he can be destroyed really if he attacks with, monsters. We can just negate their effect, their damage, their attack to 0, and then he can survive basically. Plus we have follow-up in Berserkian, which can pop off if we can get rid of the Necro Valley. And let's see, he finally doesn't open another book or something. So yeah, here we activated the Gorgonic Guardian to change Bahamut Shark's attack, because we don't really need Gorgonic Guardian to negate stuff. I would rather have the Diamond Dire Wolf for next turn to pop the Necro Valley. And the only reason we didn't win on this turn is because we don't top deck a monster with which we can swing for game. With Diamond Dire, we can pop now the Necro Valley. As you can see, we can just wait for Necro Valley. You don't need to pop Necro Valley as soon as possible. TTHs and books are much more dangerous. And now we can go for Berserkian, keep popping his stuff. Maybe good thing would be to not destroy his stuff, but just because he had infantry under the Bahamut Shark, I decided to destroy it so he doesn't pop my Berserkion. And we swing for 3k, and at this point, you know, it should be hard for most decks to come back, you know, from removing their 3 back row, 2 monsters on the field, and the Necro Valley. But of course, just top deck Diva, bro. It's that easy. But okay, let's see. Goes for the Dweller, destroys the Berserkion. Now the good thing is that he can't really swing in because we have, you know, Destiny Draw, and with one card we can basically come back into the game. And let's see, so he's really pressured. He MSTs. Unfortunately for us, he top decked again, because with Oasis we could just summon back Berserkion and, you know, finish him off next turn. So yeah, he of course he top decks MST. Let's see. Unfortunately, this is a wait game for us, but the good thing is that he forgot about the Veil that happened so much earlier in the duel, and the Veil will now give us Destiny Draw. And now he can basically, he has to attack basically, because, you know, no need for waiting. And now this is where my good siding comes through, because I assumed he will be more focused on siding out the MSTs and stuff, and siding more, you know, stuff like books and TTHs. So that means he won't have back row removal to stop our Drowning Mirror Force. And yeah, we can just bounce them back, and that's gonna be easy clap. Why we didn't activate Oasis here is because just in case if he has back row removal in hand, he can't negate it. You know, now we can just easily do it. Summon the Beta, search for the Delta, and that's gonna be easy a game because they don't play hand traps. Water doesn't play hand traps. So here I think I want you to focus on how to play through back row, how to play around stuff, and how to side deck even, because I think I made a correct decision with siding Drowning, because Drowning is very good against water, like for reasons like I said. Plus also, if you're playing Magnets, they expect you to have lots of traps that float basically. So you don't want to MST the powerful Rebirth, because you can just the opponent can still revive, you know, their monsters from the graveyard. So I can still revive my Beta or my Gamma or whatever I have in the graveyard. So that for that reason, he should, and he did, side in more of probably chalices and stuff we didn't see. He just opened, you know, books and TTH. So siding in Drowning was a pretty good decision, I would say. And this is how, as you can see, with not that amazing hand, I would say, a pretty good hand, I'm not gonna lie, decent hand, because we could summon a couple of Exceed monsters on our first couple of turns, which was pretty nice. But, you know, we played through a freaking god hand, literally perfect hand from water, you know, Diva into book, double book, TTH, and a Necro Valley, which Necro Valley basically kills our deck, you know. So yeah, I think this shows very well how to play around stuff, and how, you know, how to win in a very tough spot, I would say. I think we controlled this duel pretty well. I think we dominated, and I think we managed to pretty comfortably in the end play through, you know, multiple stuff. And also, let's not forget, he had another Diva, and he had another, you know, top decked MST earlier. So yeah. So here's the deck list, if you're wondering. Here's the deck list that I went for. Now this is pretty standard, lots of it is pretty standard. I do still think 26 cards is the optimal way to go. You know, that's just how I feel. I like 4 back row removal. I think it's pretty good. I decided to go for another Veil because another Veil can be amazing, like you see, for going into Exceeds with level 4s, or just, you know, stopping double attacks. I like it much more than Sphere. I really don't like Sphere. I tried playing it, but I really didn't feel like it's doing that much. Then you may be wondering why only one Berserkian. One Berserkian is definitely optimal because you can even go for, you have other boss monsters. Lots of the times you don't even need Berserkian because you have your Xyz. So also Berserkian in this meta, it's better to play only one because you will get bounced by harpies. There's literally zero reason, I would say, to play double because it's a brick. If you draw into it, it's literally a brick in your hand. It's one card less. Imagine if your opponent plays with one card less, how much it would make a difference. So why do you think playing with one card less is acceptable? And when you play two, you have much better chances of breaking. I am playing 5 revival traps. I feel like that's a pretty good measure, I would say. So yeah, the rest. The only question you may be asking: where is the field spell? Where is the magnet field spell? The magnetic field? Why don't you play any? Because in my opinion, it's completely too slow. Because against harpies, they will just, when you activate it, if you activate it on first turn, it's a card less in the same way that Berserkian is, because you can't really use it. You can only use it on your second turn basically, and harpies can just basically bounce when you activate it. So you basically, it's a very tough card to play in this meta, I would say. Also, I would say it's very slow against Destiny heroes as well, which can just MST it, and then you don't get advantage. The best thing about Magnetic Field is when you can make and get multiple advantages, and in this meta, I think it's not the good thing to play it. I did side deck it just in case, if I play it's a pretty good card against lower, quality decks, because if you have more time for your plays, you will have crazy advantage with magnetic field. So yeah, that's why I side deck. I put magnetic field in side deck. So yeah, that's the deck list. I am playing double Chalice because I don't have Book of Moon. Plus, also Chalice can be very good in some matchups, like in water to stop Diva and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the deck list. Here's the extra deck. It's pretty standard, nothing out of the ordinary. So yeah, that's the deck list. Here is also my side deck, if you were wondering. Like I said, double magnetic field is pretty nice in some matchups. I like double drowning because in lots of matchups it will, be amazing. It's a very punish card. It's and also in some matchups they literally don't have that much back row removal, so they can't even play around it. So it's they're kind of screwed. Like water, for an example, their monsters don't really like ours, like Diamond Dire and stuff like that. They don't have monsters that can deal with drowning. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good side deck card. Light Imprisoning Mirror is pretty nice for Melodious, Blue Eyes, and any basically light monster decks. Shadow Imprisoning goes the same way for darks, like Destiny Heroes, DDDs, and stuff like that. Even Thunder Dragons, though Thunder Dragons kind of fell off, I would say. Also, I am playing one Night Beam because it's in some decks I like against some decks I like more back row removal. Even though I'm playing like what 4 already. So yeah. Back row removal is pretty nice in this deck, I would say. So yeah, that's in the end, that's the whole deck list. That's everything that needs to be said. Let me know what you think about it. I do see lots of success with this deck. I do still think that it's very hard to deal with harpies if they open, channeler and stuff. So yeah, that's really the limitation of the deck, because harpies can get so much advantage of it, and you can't basically play your one of your biggest strengths of the deck, magnetic field, which is one of your biggest strengths of the deck, because of harpies. So yeah, it's a very tough matchup. But if they don't open God Hand, and if you open decently enough, I feel like you can play around anything basically, as I showed you hopefully in this video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the duel. It was wild. It was, I would say, one of my favorite duels, at least in lately. I do still, I do remember a couple of my, extra good duels and stuff like that. But yeah, from nowadays, I really like this duel. So I just wanted to share you if anyone is interested. But anyways, that's gonna be it. See you in the comments and see you on my Twitch, hopefully, and see you in the next video. Bye.